Hey, what's going on everybody? Paul Tech here and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be providing the unboxing, assembly, and full detailed honest review of the Caroma Z3 electric scooter. Now I really put this scooter through the paces, testing it in different environments to give you the best information about this scooter. So pretty much at the end of this video, you're going to know if this is the scooter for you or not. Now I want to send a big thank you to the company Caroma for sending the scooter out to me for a review so I can share my experience with everybody here on YouTube. So thank you very much, Caroma. Now this scooter comes in 6 different colors. I got the glossy white, but it comes in blue, black, green, gray, and a glossy yellow color. This scooter is going to retail for $289, so very, very affordable. But first, what we got to do is open up the box. Let me give you an official unboxing. As you can see how the box arrived, it looks to be in pretty good condition. There's no types of holes in the box or any rips or tears, so that's good. It did arrive via FedEx. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the box here. I'm going to share with you, again, as much information about this scooter as possible. Let me go ahead and bring the camera in a little bit closer here, and you can see just how the scooter is packaged as I opened up the box. And as you can see, it appears to be very, very well packaged here. We got plenty of styrofoam, zip ties. As you can see, the seat has a cover on it right there. And at the end of the box right there, we got a nice chunk of styrofoam. Removing the scooter out of the box, it's, fairly lightweight. I can easily get it out of the box. Let's go ahead and take a look at exactly how it looks now. So now you can see how it looks out of the box. We got a good amount of styrofoam on the front and back tire there, styrofoam on the stem, and it seems to be well packaged. A box in the center there. I'm gonna go ahead and remove the box. Now in just a couple minutes, I'll go ahead and open up the box and share with you all the contents inside of it. Well, what I want to do first is get all the zip ties and the styrofoam off of the scooter. All right, so a pretty simple process of removing the zip ties and the styrofoam. And so what we're going to do next is take a look at that box that was on the scooter there. So as you can see, we have everything well packaged within the box here. Now I believe this is going to be the rear basket that you're going to be able to mount onto the back of the Caroma Z3 here. But I really like the way everything is packaged here. Everything looks well protected, and you can see all the contents are inside of the basket. Let's go ahead and take a look at this box right here. So I believe this is going to be your charger. When it comes to the battery on this scooter, it is a 48 volt 10.4 amp hour battery, and it is UL certified. So take a look at the charger here. You can see up on top of the charger, this is going to have an LED light. So that's going to be solid red when it's charging and solid green when it's fully charged. I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at the back of the charger here and see it is a 1.5 amp hour charger, so it should take 7 hours to fully charge. You also got a set of keys here, 3 sets of keys, so you got plenty of spare keys if you need them. And then you have another bag right here which has reflectors and looks like tools for the assembly of your scooter here. Very nice. All right, moving on from there, you got your user manual for your Z3. So I definitely recommend, open up the user manual because this is going to give you all types of useful information when it comes to the components of your Z3. And it's also going to give you step-by-step instructions for the installation when it comes to putting on the handlebars, the seat, as well as the rear basket. It's going to give you all types of very useful information, even when it comes to adjusting the brakes. So, definitely take a look at the user manual. You also got your basket here, which was covered nicely and inside the box. So it looks really good, good condition, no type of damage whatsoever. When it comes to the assembly now, first you want to do is make sure that screw is nice and tight with the included Allen wrench. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure this screw is nice and tight, which it already is. So once you're done doing that, you can go ahead and move on to raising up the stem on the scooter. So you're going to go ahead and raise the stem all the way up. Now once you do that, you're going to notice you got the locking mechanism right there. So you're going to go ahead and raise that up and then fold it into the stem. You'll feel it lock into place. And then to the side right there, you have this piece which you're going to slide into the latch right there, so it goes right into the side of it. As you can see, a good security feature that will prevent the latch from opening up when you're writing. So I like that you have that there. Moving on, you're going to go ahead and get your other Allen wrench and remove the 2 screws that are on the stem of the scooter here. So you're going to go ahead and remove the first one, and then this is basically going to allow you to remove the top latch so you can go ahead and install the handlebars. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this last screw right here. Once I got that off, I can go ahead and raise up the handlebars now. So when you're doing this, you want to make sure you get them in the correct placement. So maybe you want to sit down on your scooter while you put the handlebars on, but you want to make sure you got them in the right placement. Then you can put that latch back on top of the handlebars now with the 2 screws that you removed. Now, I also want to mention that the handlebars are adjustable. So there is a latch that you can unlatch, and you can put the handlebars up higher, put them up a little lower, but you basically, you want to make sure you get them nice and secure. You don't want any movement to the handlebars when you are riding. Now you have your seat here. Your seat is adjustable. Now you want to go ahead and tighten this bolt right here once you get that seat in the correct height. You want to tighten that up, and this is going to prevent the seat from moving on you when you're riding your Caroma Z3. Then you got the latch right there. You can go ahead and just fold that latch in, and then that'll make sure the seat is going to be nice and secure when you're riding. All right, so moving on from the seat now, we're going to go ahead and talk about the rear basket. So you're going to get this Allen wrench here, and then you're going to notice you got 4 screws to the back of the scooter here. So with the included Allen wrench that you got here, you're going to go ahead and remove all 4 screws. Now I noticed with the screws that I have right here, they were already pretty loose, and all I had to do was basically just unscrew the screws with my hand, and they were ready to come right off. So you may need to use the Allen wrench to get them off, you may not. And then let me go ahead and get this last one off. And then one thing I did notice with the screws here is the fact that they already have blue Loctite applied. So that's really good to see that Caroma already put the Loctite. All right, so moving on, we're going to go ahead and apply the rear basket now. So I noticed when I was trying to apply the rear basket that I had to raise up the seat a little bit higher so I can get the basket, underneath the seat, and it would just be completely flush with the rear brake light. If not, the rear basket would extend past the brake light, which you can have it like that if you like to. For me, I'm kind of a taller rider, 5'7", so I don't mind the seat being a little bit higher, but it's up to you how you want to apply the basket. But basically, get the 4 screws that you removed, and then you can go ahead and apply the 4 screws to secure the basket into place there. And then pretty much that's it for the installation there. Then you have some reflectors here, and then to the back you're going to remove this cover here, which exposes the adhesive, and then you're going to go ahead and apply it to the front fork of the scooter there. So right there on the side, you're going to go ahead and just press firm for that reflector, and you're going to get 2 reflectors, so one for the right and left hand side of the front of the scooter there. And same thing, just remove the adhesive and apply it. And then next you have your reflector. So this is going to be the front reflector, and you just basically apply it to the handlebars just like that. Pretty simple, easy to install. Last thing you got to do is just remove the protective film on the display. And that's pretty much it when it comes to the assembly of the Caroma Z3 electric scooter. So as you saw, it's a pretty simple process. It'll probably take you maybe 25-30 minutes max. You also want to make sure you put air into the tires as well, because these are air-filled tires. But it's a pretty simple process, and taking a look at the scooter, everything looks in perfect condition. No type of damage, no scuffs to the scooter. Fresh out of the box, as you saw, everything looks really good, and a very simple assembly process. So we're going to go ahead and move on from the assembly and talk about the components now. So when it comes to the front tire here, you get a real nice metal fender, as you can see the mounting point there, but this is a metal fender. Now you're also going to get 12-inch street tires here, and again, these are air-filled tires, so check your tire pressure. It'll tell you the tire pressure. It's supposed to be on the side of the tire. And then you also have your disc brakes here with 140 millimeter rotors. And taking a look at the rear tire, same, you get a metal fender to the back right there. You can see the mounting point. You also get disc brakes, and this is also going to have 140 millimeter rotors, and again, a 12-inch street tread tire. To the other side of the rear tire here, you get your motor. I don't know if you can see it there, but that is a 750 watt brushless hub motor, which peaks at 1200 watts. So it should be a pretty powerful motor that you're getting here. Moving on, let's take a look at the footboard here. And as you can see, it has a really unique design. It looks like a skateboard design. It even has the grip tape material that you would find on a skateboard, but a nice wood grain, wood material there, Caroma branding. And it looks like this is definitely going to provide some nice grip for your feet right there. Nice cutouts. And overall, I really like this design here where it looks like a skateboard footboard. Now to the bottom here, you're going to get your charging port right there, which does have a cover there. So you definitely want to make sure you have that covered when you go riding, but that's your charging port. And again, this has a 48 volt, 10.4 amp hour battery, which is going to be housed underneath the footboard. Kickstand right there. And then moving on, let's go and talk about the handlebars now. So with these specific grips, I've used these grips on a lot of different scooters. These are really good grips, very comfortable. You get the palm support right there. Then you got your left brake right there, which is going to control the front brakes. The green button is going to be your horn, and it's pretty loud. It's actually a pretty loud horn. As you can see, really nice cable management there. And then moving on to the right-hand side of the handlebars, you got key ignition here. Again, 3 sets of keys, so you got plenty of spares if you lose one. And then above the key ignition is going to be your color display, which shows full and empty with green bars. And then the red button there, you're going to press that when you want to turn on your front headlight. The front brake right there on the far right is going to activate the back brakes. You get a half twist throttle here, so you just twist and go. And then you also get your grip with the palm rest to the far right. But overall, you know, it's a very simple setup, clean design, plenty of room on the handlebars for mounting accessories. All right, so it's time for the speed test. Now with this scooter here, there's basically no modes to choose. It's just use the twist throttle and go. So that's how you operate it. So here we go, twist throttle. I'm basically pinning the throttle right here. Now Caroma claims that you can hit a speed of 20 miles per hour. We're at 17, 18, 19 miles per hour already. Let's see if we can hit that 20 miles per hour. And there we go. We got 20 for just a moment there. So yeah, you know, for reference, I am 200 pounds, 5'7", and I definitely hit 20 miles per hour, and I'm maintaining 19 miles per hour now. So with this scooter here, it definitely has some good power delivery. Not super torquey off the line, but it's smooth acceleration. And as you can see, I'm just coasting now. Very nimble scooter here with those 12-inch tires and maintaining 19 miles per hour. So pretty impressive. Again, $289 electric scooter that can hit the advertised speed. All right, so it's time for the hill climbing test. Now this is a very, very steep hill in my area. It's one of the steepest hills. Now we're gonna see how well this scooter can perform. Again, this has a 750 watt rear hub motor, brushless hub motor that peaks at 1200 watts. But here we go. We're going to just put it up against this hill and see what we get. So far, we're at 17 miles per hour and maintaining 17. Now, we are approaching the steepest part of the hill. And as you can see on my phone display there, the speed is dropping down to 12 miles per hour, 11 miles per hour. And I don't know if it can make it up this hill. I really don't. This is a test. If it can make it up this hill, you definitely have a really good hill climbing scooter here. But we are maintaining 10 miles per hour. And it looks like we're making it up perfectly fine at 10 miles per hour. Extremely, extremely impressed with this electric scooter here. But again, this scooter peaks at 1200 watts. So you got a pretty powerful rear brushless motor you got there. So did excellent. So I'm definitely confident that this can really do an excellent job when it comes to climbing hills in most areas now. All right, so moving on to the brake test now. Now, I want to be completely honest with you. After the first ride, I noticed that the brakes were rubbing and it was making like a squeaky sound. So I did some brake adjustments to the scooter here, and after about 15-20 minutes of testing it out, doing the adjustments, I got the brakes just right. And as you can see from the video here, I'm able to stop each and every time, and I got some really good stopping power with this scooter now with the disc brakes and the 140mm rotors. So you may or may not have to do some brake adjustments, but for me, I got the brakes just right now and they're working perfectly fine. All right, so we are in the downtown area here, and I figured this would be a great place, a great location to further test out the Caroma Z3. So unlike other traditional scooters, you would have like 3 different modes to choose from: an eco, a sport, and a race mode typically. With this scooter here, you basically just turn on the scooter with the keys and you twist and go. So there's really like no modes to choose. It's just twist and go with this scooter here. You got the one mode, which is 0 to 20 miles per hour. So being in the downtown area here where I need to maintain a slower speed, I'm trying to see if I can have that throttle control, and it looks like I am able to. With the scooter here, when I press on the throttle, it's a smooth acceleration, so it's not a very torquey scooter. Again, the acceleration is smooth, it's a smooth takeoff, and I am able to maintain slower speeds with the throttle. So I do have good throttle control here. So this could definitely be a good option if you want to cruise through the downtown area, maybe go to some coffee shops, some boutiques. And with summer approaching, this can be a really good option. I know in the downtown area where I live, you have to pay for parking. So maybe if you're staying close enough to the downtown area, maybe at a hotel, you could just ride your scooter in. This could also be a great option for a college campus as well. And you know, overall, it's a good experience riding through a downtown area. All right, so now we are going to be doing the road test here. So as you can see, I am riding in the bike lane now. So I've been riding a couple miles here in the bike lane, and it definitely feels like a comfortable ride. Now there is no suspension on this scooter here, but you are going to get the suspension seat post and a very plush and comfortable seat, as well as the 12-inch pneumatic tires. So with those tires being air-filled, it definitely feels like it soaks up a lot of the bumps and cracks and vibrations that are on the road. But most importantly, I definitely feel safe while riding this scooter, and there's traffic around me and I am in the bike lane. So this could definitely be a good option for somebody that wants to commute to work, commute to school, or just city riding, and it does a good job while riding on the road. So it definitely passes the road test. And as you can see, I am on the river trail now. So I'm doing the river trail test. And this is the perfect electric scooter for this type of trail where it is paved. I am along the river. And this trail definitely has a lot of people that like to walk it. They bring their pets. There's other people on electric bikes and scooters as well. But this scooter design, it's a very welcoming, friendly design. It doesn't look super intimidating like some of those bigger electric scooters. And with it having a seat, you could definitely sit back and enjoy the environment around you. And with the rear basket, you know, you can throw your backpack, water bottles, snacks, all in the back basket of this electric scooter here. And as you can see, I'm just gliding. I'm just, you know, really enjoying the ride here. The scooter is performing perfect. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull off to the side of the river trail and talk to you more about the scooter. With the seat here, the seat is very plush and very comfortable. I also like the fact that you can adjust the seat height, and this will fit a rider between 3'11" and up to 5'11". Moving on to the grips now, super comfortable. For the couple miles I've been riding the scooter now, no type of hand fatigue whatsoever. I can easily reach the brake levers. And when it comes to this horn, it is a pretty loud horn that you got there. And taking a look at the handlebars there, as you can see, I still have plenty of space there for mounting additional accessories. I also really like the fact that you have a key ignition here, so nobody can just walk up and turn on your scooter and ride off with it. They need the keys to turn the scooter on. And when it comes to the throttle response, you know, it's really nice and easy to use. No type of hand fatigue since I've been riding a couple miles using the throttle. And when it comes to this display here, it's a very simple display. I mean, it doesn't show miles per hour or anything like that, but you can easily download a speedometer app like I have on my phone here if you want to track miles and how fast you are going. Another feature I've been really enjoying about this scooter is that you have the adjustable stem here. So with this latch, you can open it up and then you can lower the stem and you can raise up the stem. So it just depends on how you want to ride, how you want your arm posture to be. You want a little bit higher up or a little bit lower, so more of the weight is on the front wheel. And this is good for different riders as well. Different heights, you have the ability to adjust the handlebars. So you might be wondering, how well does this scooter perform when you take it off-road? And I took it off-road, and I'll be completely honest with you, this scooter is not meant for off-roading. It doesn't have off-road knobby tires, it doesn't have suspension, and it's just not meant to go off-roading. Maybe you can go through a little bit of grass, a little bit of dirt, but that's about it. But I would recommend don't use this scooter for any type of off-roading. You want to use this scooter for commuting on the streets, on the paved trails. That's where this scooter is really going to shine. So I recommend no off-roading with this scooter. Taking the scooter back to where it performs at its best, which is on paved roads here. When it comes to the footboard, it is 8 inches wide. It's that skateboard-like design. And my feet are a size 10, and they do fit comfortable on the footboard, especially with the grip tape. They're not slipping off or anything. Also, when it comes to the charging port, make sure you close the charging port with that little rubber seal there so nothing goes inside of it. Now, when it comes to the rear basket here, I found it to be very, very useful. I live down the street from a market, a deli, and I did several runs with this scooter with my insulated bag, and I just put all the grocery items in the insulated bag and put it to the back of the basket there, and it fits perfect. I'm also across from a gas station here, and I just want to say any way that you can save at the pump right now is going to be a great option. And this scooter right here, if you're only going a couple miles away, only grabbing a few items, this is going to be a good option where you can keep your car parked, save wear and tear, save gas, and just use your electric scooter. Not only using the scooter to run to the store, but if you're going to go to school, go to class, or go to work, you can go ahead and throw your book bag, your backpack, your lunch bag in the back of this basket here, and then you can go ahead and keep your car parked and ride your electric scooter to work. And again, just ways of saving money by using your scooter. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the lights now. So as you can see, when it comes to the rear brake light, it's very bright. It's a bright red color. You're definitely going to be seen at night. Now, when it comes to the front light here, it's a bright front light. It doesn't have a very wide spread, but it shoots out very, very far. It's like a long beam. So it definitely provides some good light in low lit scenarios. But again, if this light is not bright enough for you, you got plenty of room on those handlebars where you can add a secondary light if you'd like to. But the lights look really good in my opinion. When you press on the brake lever, the rear light will light up a brighter red color as well. Like I told you on the start of this review, I'm going to cover all areas of the scooter, including the range. So I did a range test here, and as you can see on the map, this is exactly the route that I traveled. So I went a pretty good distance on this scooter here. It was charged up to 100%, and I basically drained this down until it was just going like 1 mile per hour. Again, this scooter does have a 48 volt, 10.4 amp hour UL certified battery. As you can see from the range test here up on top, I traveled 19.3 miles and I rode the scooter over 2 hours. Now I also ran a second GPS app on my phone here, and that clocked me in at 20.06 miles traveled. So I'm going to round this range test out to 20 miles of range I was able to get. Now on the display there, it shows 1 green battery bar, but at this point, whenever I pull the throttle and try to ride the scooter, the green bar goes away and I'm only going like 1 to 2 miles per hour at this point. So 20 miles, I'm going to call it of range. Now Caroma claims you can get up to 30 miles on a single charge. I got 20 miles. I'm a 200-pound rider. I'm 5'7", and that's basically the range that I got. It was a lot of flats, but there were some hills in this range test as well. All right, so moving on, let's go ahead and talk about the portability of this scooter here. Now, this is a pretty compact scooter. It's not very large, and it comes in with a weight of around 47 pounds. So for me, I can, easily lift this scooter up. I can move it around if I need to. It's not very big. It's not very bulky. Now, you could also really shrink this scooter down to size because you got the collapsible stem there. So the handlebars will fold down. You got also, it gets pretty compact now at this point, right? But it can go even more compact because you have the ability to remove the seat now. Again, you got this adjustable seat, so you can go ahead and just remove the seat. And what I like to do is I like it to just tuck it underneath the handlebars right there on the footboard. and take a look at how much more compact this scooter has become. You can fit this easily in a lot of small places. And, you know, if you need to pack it into your van, your car, under your desk, in a closet, it's real portable and compact now. And as you can see, you know, folding the scooter back up, it's a very simple process. You got that adjustable stem as well. And then you can go ahead and just put on that seat. And again, the seat is adjustable. So if you're a taller rider, you can put a little bit higher up. If you're a shorter rider, you can put the seat lower. But I really love that you have that ability to, you know, make this scooter very compact if you need to. Now, when it comes to the maximum payload that this scooter is able to handle, the maximum rider weight, it is going to be 265 pounds. And this is also a metal frame. But that's pretty much it. That is my full review. That is my experience of using the Caroma Z3 electric scooter. Hopefully this video was helpful for you. And again, I try to give you as much information about the scooter, and I want to show you in these reviews what the scooter is capable of doing. And hopefully I was able to do that in this review in this video here. Again, the price of this scooter is $289. And if you're interested in this scooter, I'm going to drop a link in the description below of this video. I believe it's going to be to Amazon. Again, $289. If you're interested in this scooter, click the link. It is an affiliate link, so if you click on it, make the purchase, I do get a small kickback, a small commission, which just helps me, you know, run this channel. But again, I'm not trying to sell you the scooter. I'm just trying to tell you my experience of using the scooter in these reviews. Again, hopefully the video was helpful. If it was, please hit that thumbs up button for me, and please subscribe to the channel for more future videos. This is Paul Tech. I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.